So I've been traveling around Colorado for the summer, and I've stayed in 4 of their state parks. And I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience and maybe rate them a little bit. Since I was in Santa Fe, I went up to Denver and stayed in Cherry Creek State Park. And then I went back down to Colorado Springs and I stayed in Cheyenne Mountain State Park. And then after that, I went over to Ridgeway State Park, and I am now here in Navajo State Park. So I am originally from Arizona. I've stayed in a lot of Arizona state parks, and Arizona state parks are very nice. I've really enjoyed my stay in all of them that I've stayed at so far. So I was curious about how Colorado state parks would kind of measure up against Arizona state parks. And so far, they've been really nice. One of the differences is that a lot of their state parks has full hookups. All of the ones I've stayed at so far have had the option for full hookups. They are like $40-something, so obviously more expensive than Arizona state parks. But it is really a nice added plus. Like with Arizona state parks, you can only stay in Colorado state parks for 2 weeks at a time per month period. But yeah, let's talk about the parks I stayed at. If we are ranking them, I would rank Ridgeway State Park as number 1 for the parks that I stayed at. It was an absolutely beautiful park, my favorite park I stayed at this summer. It has a great location. It's located maybe 10 minutes away from Ridgeway, 30 minutes away from Montrose. And so it feels nice and remote without being too far away from grocery stores, restaurants, coffee shops, that kind of thing, which was really nice. You had nice quiet nights while still having a good cell signal while not feeling too remote. It was a good balance for me. I loved Ridgeway the town, and I had some really nice day trips to Telluride and Ouray, and I really enjoyed my time here. As far as amenities go, this was actually the one that I stayed in an electric only loop just to save a little bit of money. I parked by the bathroom so I wouldn't have to worry about dumping, that kind of thing. And the bathrooms and showers were fairly standard. There was hot water. You couldn't adjust the temperature, which I thought was weird, but you also didn't have to pay for the shower like you have to do in some other Colorado state parks. Ridgeway State Park has walking trails. There's also Ridgeway Reservoir. I spent the morning kayaking a couple mornings. You can rent boats, you can rent kayaks. There's a lot of options. But yeah, it was a really nice experience. I definitely would return. I really enjoyed my time there. So ranking the next 2, Cherry Creek and Cheyenne Mountain, is really tough because they both were really great. But I think I'm going to rate Cherry Creek above Cheyenne Mountain. So Cherry Creek is pretty much in the Denver metro area, so it is probably one of the busier Colorado state parks. It has a beautiful reservoir that you can boat on, that you can swim in. There's a nice swim beach. There's an insane amount of things to do. And why I'm ranking it above Cheyenne Mountain is because I really enjoyed spending time by and on the lake. I went kayaking a bunch. I even just sat on the beach and listened to the waves. It was such a nice experience, and there were some downsides to the trip, but that was not necessarily due to Cherry Creek State Park itself. It was a little hot. I didn't choose a spot with shade. So I think that's my only thing I would change in the future, is that I would choose better and get a spot with shade. I didn't do a lot in Denver. It's a good location. You're pretty much right by a lot of different amenities, and it's a short drive into downtown Denver where there's a lot of different things to do. I didn't do a lot in Denver. I didn't really have an interest to do a lot in Denver, but it's a nice location. Moving on, Cheyenne Mountain State Park. I think between Cheyenne Mountain and Ridgeway, I think I enjoyed my time there the most. It's a great location. Colorado Springs was fantastic. I really enjoyed my time there. So much to do. I had family visiting for one of the weeks that I was there, and we had a great time. The park's beautiful, and their like I said, so much to do in Colorado Springs. Garden Gods is absolutely beautiful. It's another beautiful state park. Like, it's right at the base of Cheyenne Mountain. I had a nice view of the mountain outside my window. Absolutely beautiful. Another spot that I didn't have shade, but it didn't matter that much to me. The weather was a little better, not a big deal. There is lots of hiking trails in Cheyenne Mountain. I think there was an archery range. It's also another state park that isn't as busy as Cherry Creek. I don't actually know anything that is as busy as Cherry Creek on the weekend. Another thing I haven't mentioned that differentiates Colorado state parks with Arizona state parks is the laundry. That's really nice. It's nice not to have to worry about where you're gonna go get your laundry done. You just go in the park. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Colorado Springs, beautiful. My favorite, honestly, between Ridgeway and Colorado Springs, those are my two favorite cities in Colorado so far. And then moving on, for a trailing last place is Navajo State Park. So I don't know what to say. Standard amenities, I have full hookups, they have washrooms, laundry. Everything just feels a little more run down here, which might be because it's just, I would say, not a popular state park. It has been nowhere near full anytime I've been here, even on the weekend. They have some nice amenities, some hiking trails, a beautiful lake, which you can see in the background, a loud boat. It's coming this way, I think. Great. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with it. But the really nice thing is I have a site that overlooks the water. Like, how nice is that? There has to be some good things, I guess. I also have a shaded picnic table. There we go. But yeah, I pulled up, I had a shaded picnic table. I had a spot on the lake. Very nice, very nice. Other than that, I haven't been super impressed. Sorry, Navajo Lake State Park. I think the biggest drawback is it's in the middle of nowhere. And I knew this when I was booking it. I wasn't planning on doing a lot. This is my week to catch up on work after lots of traveling. Again, sorry about the boat in the background. I like being close to things. I like being able to run to the coffee shop in the morning. I like being able to run to Walmart or a grocery store in an emergency. If that's not a big deal for you, that's not a big deal for you. I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal for me, but I think it's bugged me more than I thought it would. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. It's quiet. That's a plus side, I guess, except for the boats. I mean, it's not a bad park by any means, but if you're spending like $40 to $50 to stay here per night, you need a reason. You need a good reason. You need a boat. You need motivation, which is probably why not a lot of people here. Could be better. Not planning on returning. All the other ones, I'm like, oh, maybe I can return here someday, or ooh, I really want to return here someday. Not so much here. It is what it is, but yeah, Colorado has some very beautiful state parks. I've really enjoyed my time here so far. I have loved taking day trips to Colorado cities. I have loved spending time hiking. Mercy has really loved Colorado. Lots of sniffs, lots of nature, good hiking trails that she doesn't mind as much. She's a very picky hiker. But yeah, I'm excited to return to Colorado sometime in the future.